Well, hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Virgo, this is not going to be a long read. I always say that and end up still giving you guys like a full reading. I have so many reads to do today. So I have to cut the time short. But anyway, Virgo, we're going to start with the angel oracles. We're going to get into a few more oracles and then we're going to get into the tarot. We're going to see what's going to come out here for you, Virgo. Let's start with the first angel oracle card here for you. Ooh. Oh, wow. I didn't like the way that they come out, but I am going to show you. There we go. All right, Virgo, you got a few of them here. You have a few. So Virgo, what's coming out? The first card is the Ace of Cups. Okay, we already know a very romantic time here for you, but I want to read what the card says here. It says, this angel is announcing that a wonderful new emotional experience is coming your way. So if you are single, I want to kind of focus on the single people. If you are single, okay, there's going to be, this is what it says, someone that you're going to meet who is new, who makes your heart flutter. Okay. It says, and for some of you, there could be a current relationship that will experience a reawakening. So this is really good. This is also a card of a very strong intuitive power. So here with the Ace of Cups, for some of you, you may start, seeing things. You may be able, your perception of life as far as your intuition is going to be heightened with that Ace of Cups. Now, the next one here says review and contemplate. This is like a hermit card to me, going with them. Not really sure why, but this is what I see. Here it says you've accomplished a great deal in your life. And it says you have much to be proud of. So now it's time to decide what's next. Don't be distracted by your thinking. I'm not sure why this card will come out. For some of you, you probably already know what that means. I'm not really sure. But here, when it says review and contemplation, I feel like you guys are going to be thinking very hard on something. Okay, you guys may have to meditate on a decision to move or on a job, something like that. That is what I see. And sometimes even with relationships, because remember, it says reawakening of relationships, you may have to review it and say to yourself, what do we need to do to change it, right? Or what do we need to do to make it better? Okay, that's really what that's about reviewing relationships when it comes down to either those who you guys are with or someone who may want to come back in. Okay, that's something too that I see. Now here you have Four of Pentacles, Four of Abundance. It says it's time to reflect upon your relationship with money. All right, now this is your financial card. It is time for you to reflect upon your relationship with money. Here it says, are you spending too freely? And it's funny because I don't need these cards. And I always tell you, you're going to have to cut back, right? That's what I tell you. It says, but for some of you, you could be holding on really, really tightly to money. Remember, money is energy. So you may have a family member who may need a little bit of assistance. It's not saying that they are begging all the time, but there are some people, especially Virgos. There are some Virgos who are real stingy, and I'm not going to say it's only Virgos, but I do know that there's people who will not help even if they had it. Okay, but that's your prerogative. I can't tell you what to do, but that's just basically what it's saying. Okay, it says this could also relate to how you give to others. So it's basically for a lot of Virgos, it's too much in relationships, not necessarily in money. Sometimes in relationships, you do give out a little bit too much, and it can extend across the board what you will give to someone as far as romantically. But either way, it says, is your heart open or are you holding back? This is another energy that talks about, for some of you, you could be holding back in a relationship. You're not open the way you should be. Your partner is kind of complaining about you being guarded. Okay. And that you can see that some people feel like they're really good about hiding that, but no, the other partner can feel when you're holding back, when you're not really as open. And this could be something that you guys are having trouble with. Now, I wasn't supposed to get all of these. Okay. I really wasn't. But we're going to go ahead and get one more. This is for Virgo. Let's see what's coming out here for Virgo. I wasn't supposed to get that many. I just thought about it. This is for Virgo. This is for Virgo. Endings. Endings. That's huge. Whoa. Now remember, we saw that review in contemplation. And we're talking about decisions, right? Remember, this could be reviewing something that will help you, okay, that can reawaken, that can, push things in a positive direction. But it could also be like, you know what? Listen, this is something that I may not be able to deal with. This can have something to do with your work and career. Truly, it may not be relationships. You may be, needing to decide, or some of you will be at that place where you're trying to decide if you want to, move or leave one job for another. And here, the endings, this is what it says. The time has come to say goodbye. Okay, and we're going to see what that is with the tarot. But it says, with every ending comes a new beginning. Let go. Trust that what happens is in divine order. Let me make sure I say that again. With every ending comes a new beginning. Let go. Trust that what happens is in divine order. If you're experiencing an ending that seems like it is really hard to accept, for one thing, you can see that in your chart, right? And you may have to find out why certain things are occurring. Why is that happening? Okay. Endings may come in different forms, which could be the end of a job, a career, relationship, or certain types of cycles in life. So if you've been experiencing a very tough cycle, even that is something that is going to end. And that, like I said before, some endings are good. And here you had choose freedom. Some of you are stuck at a job that you don't like. You're stuck with people you don't like. You're stuck at homes and apartments and towns that you do not want to be in. And some of you have been feeling like your way is blocked. So that could be what you may experience when it comes down to these endings. That is what I see here. Now let's go ahead. Let's get into the tarot really quickly. This is for Virgo. Let's get into the tarot for Virgo. Let's start with, let's do, with this one, let's do a love situation. When I see money, I'll let you know. But again, we're in a love week, and that is where most of you guys are interested for right now. So let's get to the love portion. And I'll tell you one thing dealing with money. We already kind of said that possibly with the Four of Pentacles, we already got the message about that. But it started off with the Ace of Cups, which is talking about love. So let's get into it. This is for Virgo. Card here is the Ace of Swords. Now, this is interesting because I read always upright, right? But anytime it's in reverse, it's letting me know that there is a problem here when it comes down to communication. Okay, so a lack of communication, no communication. And for some of you, you may have gotten someone's number. You may have met somebody and you're like, oh my God, they're not calling me. They haven't called. Okay. Remember, this is the Ace of Cups. So some of you are kind of like, when are they going to call me? The Ace of Swords in reverse is saying that there is no communication right now, right? You could be separated from someone. There's no conversation. You could even be with somebody, truly. You could be with someone right now and they refuse to talk to you. They refuse to communicate. And what else can you actually come across when it comes to the Ace of Swords? Miscommunication. It's the way someone talks to you. It's the way that they say things to you, right? And I like the fact that the Ace of Swords also says rethinking something, rethinking how something can work, because this says reviewing. So someone may not be saying anything right now because they're trying to do what? They're trying to contemplate on how they can make this connection to work, whether it's you or someone else. That is what someone is doing here. But communication is definitely going to be at a forefront coming up for you over the next week. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. For some people, this is going to be communication just completely out of the blue. You're like, oh, damn, like, okay, I didn't think that they were going to call me, and they end up calling me. But, right now with the Ace of Swords in reverse, there is no communication. Okay, and I actually see when they do communicate, you're going to be excited as hell. Here you got the Ace of You got the Ace of Wands. There could have been some miscommunication or arguments that may have just happened too. I've had a few people who may have, I think it was this week, Mars is kind of causing some havoc. And, it's not saying that they broke up, but it does show that there is some type of maybe silent treatment, that type of thing. But then here with the Ace of Wands and the upright, it does show that when you guys do talk, you're going to be very excited about that here with the Ace of Wands. That's something that's really, really good to see. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, let's keep going. Now this is going to be for those who are coupled, dating, or single. Okay. That's what I'm just going to try to say it for everybody. Wow. Crazy. I'm not going to show you what's at the bottom of the deck because, again, I cannot show you guys too much how I read. Got to keep some secrets to myself. Whoa. Now, for those who are single, I'm going to start off with you. I mean, crazy good. Because remember, the Ace of Cups actually started off saying that someone is going to make your heart flutter. And I've told you this before. I don't really go off of, the oracle itself. The oracle, no, right? Because they give different definitions, that type of stuff. When you are as specifically asking for the tarot, you're getting specifically what this person is going to feel, how you're going to feel, what you're going to experience. And it is in harmony with the cards. And the cards are actually a little bit more powerful than the oracle. Yeah, somebody can make your heart flutter. But what is it basically saying? That this is something that could actually work out. This is something with someone, because again, the Magician itself is good, but what's at the bottom of the deck is letting me know it's something very, very powerful, right? There is a connection that is extremely powerful that you are going to come across. That's, to me, that's meant to occur. That's meant to happen. I mean, for some people, they would consider it a past life. They could. Okay. But there is definitely going to be a connection that is going to knock your socks off. And I love the fact that this one says it will make your heart flutter. These two cards confirmed it. So if you are a single person, this is what you need to be prepared for. Hopefully it'll tell me how soon it will happen, right? But again, if you know your chart, you kind of have you kind of know when it's going to happen. If you know your chart and you've read it or you've gotten it read. Absolutely fantastic. Let me tell you something else I can kind of see with this Magician, though, because I'm only looking at the card at the bottom. The Magician, some of y'all don't even believe it, right? Because when we're talking about miracles, the reason why miracles even feel like miracles is because you believe within yourself, especially within your mental power, especially with the Ace of Swords right before. Both of these are air signs, by the way. It's what you believe. You don't necessarily believe that it will occur. And so the universe actually has to make you believe in something. And so this is the reason why the Ace of Wands came out when I said, oh my God, you're excited about something. And I'm telling you, it is going to happen. And for some of you, it really is a reawakening. That's what's so crazy about these two cards. This one literally says it is a new love. For a lot of you, that is going to make your heart flutter. And for others, it is a reawakening. Both of those cards says the exact same thing. You are going to experience a very powerful love, regardless of where you are in your status, single, dating, or committed. You're going to experience something very, very powerful here. And for a lot of you, you've been at that place where you've been trying to talk to your person. You've been trying to work it out. Baby, let's talk. Baby, let's work it. Let's figure some stuff out. Sometimes, not all the time. Look at this. That fell out. And I'm up here trying to shuffle the Five of Wands. Oh, yeah. The way you communicate, you're fighting. There's always a tussle, right? And so, like I said before, here with the Ace of Swords is letting me know that could be some type of, what is it called? Counseling. Couples counseling. Okay, that's what I see. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for Virgo. Oh, you got the Five of Cups with the Ten of Swords. Now, this is interesting because it doesn't matter if this one is upright or reverse. Okay, the Ten of Swords is pain nonetheless, and it's pain that you will not be continuing in. Remember, we had endings here, and it could be a cycle, whether good or bad. it depends on you, because not every Virgo is going to have a divorce, but divorce could be in a reading. Not every Virgo is going to experience a new love because there's going to be someone from the past. You get what I'm saying? So the Ten of Swords specifically talks about a painful situation. A lot of you, the painful situation has been due to the fact that you've been single and you've been trying to date. You've been looking for that special one, and you've tried and tried and tried how many different times, and it did not work. And hell yeah, you'll be depressed here. You'll be sad. Okay. You'll be disappointed here with the Five of Cups. You'll be definitely disappointed with the fact that something didn't work. And some of you walked away from people who actually like you and they were disappointed. Some of you right now could be married or in a committed relationship. And even though you guys are not getting along, they're disappointed because it's not working. But the Ten of Swords talks about how many times you guys have cut each other. Cutting each other. And we know it happens even if you're the most innocent person in the world. If you feel like somebody hurt you, baby, you're going to say something. You may not even mean it. And you may mean it. Okay, you're going to say some shit that's going to hurt somebody's feelings. Okay. So to me, like I said before, it is being able to heal those things. Now, the Ten of Swords also represent, the hard part is over because it is 10. What you've experienced in your relationship, what you've experienced not having certain types of connections that you wanted to have, you got excited about it and it never really worked. The hard part is over, because before it, remember the major arcana always beats out any of the minor, right? Before it said, that's the reason why it seems like a miracle. That's the reason why, because you've been disappointed how many times? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For how many years? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's been a very long time since you had the real thing, if ever, for some of you, if ever. Let's go ahead. Let's get your last card. Look at me talking about I'm only going to be on here for 10 minutes and 16 minutes is here. I always do that. Anyway, Page of Swords in reverse. Remember, it's upright, but when it's in reverse, it's telling me why, and this is mostly why some of you have been disappointed in love. It's telling me why you've been disappointed in love. And a lot of you, and this is not going to be for Virgo, I promise you it's not, because this is not your reading. We only know that for a majority of you, if you're single, there's about to be an amazing connection. Oh, by the way, the person is, coming after you very hard too. I like the fact that the person is like trying to win you over. They're saying all these good things and how beautiful you are and how wonderful you are as a person and all of that. That's the type of wooing I see. But that's it. You're going to have a very magical time if you're single. But then we get to those who are possibly, dealing with people back and forth and in a committed relationship. Even those who are back and forth have a possible chance, possibly. But let's get to those who are in a committed relationship. The reason why this in general is important is because for some of you, you are holding on to dear life with somebody. It's very hard for you to walk away. And it's interesting because this card came out, said choose freedom, right? So it's hard for you to walk away from somebody. And it hurts. The Ten of Swords talks about it's a painful relationship that is very hard for you to walk away from. Why? This card here literally says, this person makes you confused. I'm going to read it because I haven't read any of the cards, but when I see it, they be bang on, to be bang on. Here it says, they make you scatterbrain. You don't know your head from your toes. They can be very insulting of you. However that works for you, this is what it's saying. They're all talk and no action. Oh, I'm going to take you out. We're going to go on vacation. We're going to do this, and they haven't done it. They can be very cynical. They can be very sarcastic. They're not planning for the future. They're not investing in long term. They're not investing in you on a daily basis. There seems to be a lack of growth. This is very burdensome. You are the one that's pulling majority of the weight. You seem to be more curious about them than they are about you. Should I continue? Because I went off track here. Those are not even on the cards anymore. That has been the problem, okay? And a lot of your connections and a lot of your committed relationships was just what I described. So at the bottom of the deck, it literally says choose freedom. Sometimes you may feel that you're talking to a brick wall. You could free yourself from this obstacle, which whatever you feel is an obstacle, if you choose to, because it says choose freedom. And if you are in a committed relationship, that is hard as hell to do. That is hard. That is hard as hell to do. Okay. But there's about to be a change, because here with the endings is telling us, especially with this particular card, why it most likely may not work. That means that now, where it was a connection that was very hard to let go of because of children, because of emotion or whatever, you will let go. You will let go. Here with defense, some of you guys may block this person. It could be something like that. Here it says this could be legal. Okay, so that comes down to children and divorce courts. Sometimes it has something to do with defending yourself. So again, yikes, we don't go into that. But it could have something to do with people overstepping their boundaries, threatening, that type of stuff. What else? It could be a little. It can get out of control depending on the partner or person that you are with. Okay, that is what I'm saying. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card here. You guys already know. Last two for Virgo. Wow. You can't run away from it. The single people just snapped in this reading today. This really was about you. Okay. Because again, this is already showing those who are committed. This is where that ball and chain is at, right? This is where you feel like you're stuck. All right. This is where you feel like you have memories of the good times, but that shit is over and done. That's what a lot of you are thinking. You're like, that ain't going to ever come back. And then for those who are single, because it says unhappy marriage, by the way. So for those who are single, this is what's coming. You got to be mindful, though, that you don't end up in that. This is why you choose wisely. Okay. This is why you contemplate. Is this the right person? I want to make sure this is the right person. And I get it. Somebody on TikTok said, baby, I made sure that, I paid attention to everything. We were dating for a year. I stretched it a little bit further. And I didn't see not one red flag. That is absolutely correct. Because sometimes people switch up on you. You can't keep everything from happening. So I do understand that. So I don't want to, say, just make sure that this doesn't happen to you if you end up getting married somewhere down the line. Because baby, sometimes people switch up on your ass. Okay. But I do see that for a lot of you, that there's going to be something very, very sweet here. Very nice with this hummingbird. Okay. But it says take your time here with baby steps. It literally says baby steps. It talks about a process. Don't move too quickly, that type of thing. I really didn't see money too much. The only thing that I'm seeing, like I said before, we talked about the money and we talked about how you spend it, how your relationship is with it. Some of you guys have gotten in debt, and I definitely see that there needs to be some cutbacks, which you will be doing. I do see some cutbacks here. I don't know how that's going to happen for you, but I do see it. I'm also seeing some recognition at your job. For some of you, you're going to be signing contracts if you have your own business, or signing contracts in general, if you're a model or something like that. I see that. But overall, the ending could be good. It just depends on what is happening in your life. Okay. But this is what I have for you here, Virgo. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you are interested in a reading, all information is down below. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.